Hi, Joe Smith from JMS Tactical here. For the first video on our channel, we're gonna convert a standard Remington 700. This is a 243 brand new rifle. We're going to convert this and put it into our chassis system. And I want to go through the steps for everyone so that there's no questions on how easy this is to do, so you don't make any mistakes when you go to convert one. We basically need 4 tools to do this. We need a small Phillips head screwdriver, well, a Phillips head screwdriver with a small point. We need a 3/32 Allen, a 5/32 Allen, and a 3/16 Allen. And I choose to use the T-handle. They work the best for us. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to check the rifle, make sure it's not loaded. Anytime you make any changes or work on any firearm, the first point is safety. You're going to check the firearm, make sure it's empty. What I'm going to do for ease sake here is I'm going to remove the bolt. And the first thing we're going to do is just set the rifle on its top. And I'm going to remove the first Allen, which actually goes through the trigger guard. This is a non-bottom metal rifle. So you've got a trigger guard. Now on some of the rifles, you'll have bottom metal, which is a hinged floor plate. So you wouldn't have this third bolt. But in this case, this is a non-bottom metal rifle. So we remove that screw using our 3/32. Then we grab our 5/32, and we're going to remove the front and the rear action screws. And the trigger guard. What you're going to do with these pieces is you're not going to use these pieces. Just put them in a bag. You can sell them with your stock or whatever. Now there's a spring in here, so what we're going to do is break the action loose. Being careful, you want to be careful not to bang the trigger around. So what I'm going to do is remove the stock this way. And we'll just set this guy aside. Now, you remove the follower and spring, and you've got this box mag, the internal box mag on the Remington is generally held in with one screw. I've seen a lot of rifles we get, those screws have been removed, but this is a brand new one, so it's still in place. So, we remove this screw, set it over here with our other screws, and now the box mag is removed. Okay, so we'll set those pieces aside. Now, with your chassis that we ship you, you're going to have 2 action screws that are going to be in a bag with your chassis, and if you look at the ends, you'll see that we've actually cut these to the perfect size so that they can't bottom out into the bolt or hang up through the tang. When you get your chassis, it's going to be assembled like this one is. In fact, this is exactly how it'll come to you in a box. And the first thing you're going to do is take a 3/16 T-handled Allen wrench, or whatever you have, but preferably a long Allen wrench, because you're going to be putting action screws in around the grip, and you're going to need some throw there. So we're going to remove these 2 small Allens which hold the tube in. Some of the chassis on the market, you can install your action with the tube on, because many of them have a bottom assembly that goes in for the trigger guard and the mag. We don't do it that way. This is one piece here. So we have to remove the tube in order for the trigger to clear. So we've removed the tube. I've got our chassis. Everything looks good. The folder, everything's working there. So what you do is you're going to take the chassis and you're going to set your action down, or actually what I do with them, I tend to hold them up, just because I've done this so many times. You're going to take the recoil lug and just drop the trigger into the trigger well. The recoil lug is in place. You're going to put the front Allen in first. Tighten this guy down. Then you're going to put the rear in right here behind the trigger, right in front of the grip. Tighten that guy down. Tighten this guy down. And there you go. So, now what we do is we slide the tube down the barrel, carefully not to scuff up your barrel. Drop that guy into place. The two Allens, then hold the tube into place. Now, we also have a spacer that we ship for the heavy barreled rifles. This rifle doesn't need a spacer because the barrel is small, but there we are, all done. And it's ready for a magazine and obviously a day of fun at the range. Now what I would do with this rifle, since this is a brand new rifle, you're building a precision rifle here. First of all, I normally wouldn't start with a thin barreled 243 like this. We're just using this to show how simple the conversion is. I would replace the rails, the split rail that comes standard with your Remington, with a one-piece weaver, probably a 20-minute of angle. Mount your scope and off to the range you go. The folder assembly. One button, single button right here, folds and locks. Same button releases it. Now let's say that you want to mount this thing, but you want your buttstock to fold around to the right instead of the left. Very simple process. The first thing we do is we take the cheek rest thumb screw and we reverse it like so. And we put this guy in, because what we don't want is when you fold it, we don't want this thumb screw banging against the stock. Now this is a neat feature. So the next thing we do is we're gonna set this guy like so, right on the table. The first thing I'll do is loosen this guy with a 3/16 out. I'll loosen the first buttstock with a 3/16. I'm going to spin it over. I'm just spinning this guy over. Now, they're tight. Better tight than loose though. So, we loosen this guy. And what we're going to do here is open up the folder a bit, spin this guy over, spin this guy around, and we're going to tighten this guy back up. And now, amazingly, the button's on the bottom, but we got this neat feature here because our buttstock folds right over the bolt. Now obviously you're not going to be able to fire the rifle in this position, but for shipping, number one, takes up less space this way, and obviously it's folded. And what you want to do is be careful when you're unfolding this that you don't get your fingers, pinched by the folding assembly. So there it is. one converted rifle, and our folder is set up to cover the bolt. I appreciate you all viewing our channel. You have a wonderful day and look forward to more videos coming out from us. Please subscribe to our channel and like us on Facebook.